not even a day ago, the CEO of CD Projekt Red, you know, the guy who literally kind of chooses everything technically, was caught lying about wokeness, their company, and The Witcher 4. And now it gets worse. Now it just got worse.
I think at this point we have enough evidence to say Witcher 4 is going to be dead on arrival. And every time they kind of open their mouths over at CD Projekt Red, it seems to get worse for the company. Now, they've hired woke activists like crazy. This seems to have an art style that's going to be pushing this weird feminist agenda. Of course, we know that the main character is being replaced, and Ciri is now going to be a Witcher, which doesn't really fit with the lore as well. But it gets worse. Gamers are attacking the CEO when he's pretending like, I'm just one of you, fellow gamers. It's really funny stuff. We'll get into this in just a moment. Please smash the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things in gaming, especially stuff like The Witcher when it's got a beautiful fantasy setting that I hope they do honor to. They've really got to nail this or they're in big, big trouble over at CD Projekt Red, but I'm not holding.
This is going to be interesting because, as we all know, The Witcher 4 is going to tackle sexism in the Witcher series. So that in itself is going to be a 10 out of 10 situation, obviously. Everyone's going to like it. Everyone's going to enjoy it. And I'm sure it's going to be well received by everyone because who doesn't want to tackle anti-feminism in the Witcher series? I mean, I obviously want to do that for sure, you know, and stuff like that, okay? The art style looks bad. I mean, Ciri is not necessarily ugly here, but you're just lying to me if you're gonna tell me, oh no, she's hot. No, 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 no. They try to make her as ugly as possible without actually crossing the line in the sand that makes her ugly. She has been femaleized to the utmost degree. Everything about her screams manly, okay? And even the trailer that we saw is just it's just peak propaganda, peak political messaging. The way that she is the only person who is clean in the village. Same with the girl who's getting sacrificed, obviously, because women cannot be at fault at anything, and they are always the victims and whatnot. And all the men, how poor, scrawny, stupid, and dirty they were. It is all just a perfect storytelling of how the balls have been cut off and literally placed in the palm of Ciri's hands. It is gonna be very, 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 very bad. No questions about that.
Holding my breath. This is my Phantom Pulse Substack, guys. I run this with John Trent. We are covering the news that nobody else will. And so please sign up. It's in the description below. This is the place for news. We have no advertisers on there. We rely on gamers like you. It's a $5 a month subscription. That's 1 cup of coffee, and it keeps us going full time. Thank you so much for your support, guys, as we've been building this. And I appreciate everybody who reads. It's wonderful stuff. So, Gamers torched CD Projekt Red CEO Michael Nowakowski after he claimed the company was not working with Sweet Baby Inc. Pretty interesting stuff. In a post to X at the end of last week, he touted the number of employees still with the company that still worked on Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Now, this is actually a good thing if there's a lot of them out there that are working on the prior one. Witcher 3 was their biggest, most successful outing yet, and they need to replicate that with this one. He says, Witcher 3 turns 10 this May. Around 100 of its developers are still working with us to this day on our new projects, including The Witcher 4. Some are actually veterans from Witcher 2 and Witcher 1, including my esteemed co-CEO Adam Badowski, who has been with this series since its inception back in 2002. One person replied, I love how they keep pushing the word that they still have staff who worked on the previous Witcher titles, while, like we don't know, they lost the prime meat from the bone.
Yeah, we kind of saw all of this, and one of the reasoning that this CEO effectively gave, why everything is fine and, you know, you're just being stupid, is because they released one side quest and people didn't hate it. That's it. That's the reasoning, okay? Don't worry about it. You see this small side quest that we released? People didn't hate it. There you go. The Witcher 4, 10 out of 10. It's going to be great. Don't you worry about it, okay?
Staff who worked on the previous Witcher titles, while, like we don't know, they lost the prime meat from the bone. Interesting stuff. They do not openly tell you about those Sweet Baby Inc. employees working for them now. He says, we are not working with and have never worked with Sweet Baby. Had never heard of them till recently, to be
Seems
honest.
like lies.
Also, we have not lost prime meat, as you put it. So very interesting right here. Now, just because he says that doesn't mean people who worked for Sweet Baby Inc. are not working for him. He just says he's not working with the company Sweet Baby. You notice how these corporate people phrase things. Very, very shady every single time. Now,
yeah, this seems impossible. You know why this seems impossible? Because CDPR had won a Vogue Award. So the idea that he literally states something as blatantly untrue as, oh, I don't even know who Sweet Baby Inc. are. I mean, have you been living under a rock for the past, like, 2 or 3 years or however long this saga has been happening? I'm sorry, did you just not pay attention to anything in gaming? Shit, maybe you should. Maybe you should.
he got savaged on this because Legacy Kill HD said they lost a lot of their top talent at CD Projekt Red, including at least 11 directors and department heads who exited the company by 2021 following the release of Cyberpunk 2077.
I mean, so many key figures have left Cyberpunk 2077 that they made a studio called Rebel Wolf. Now, people are kind of excited about it, and there is a game that they are making, and I have seen like 5 seconds of the trailer that they made, and it doesn't look bad, even though I honestly don't know how I feel about the studio, because they have a video where they're like bonding, and you can see 2 girls are like, I love you, I haven't seen you in a while, we've worked together, we're like sisters because of this shit. And then they learn to make sushi or some shit like that, and then the CEO of the new company says, people lied about me when they said that I abuse people. Bitch, if you're gonna run a gaming company, I want you to abuse people. What are you talking about? I want those developers scared, afraid for their lives, their families. I want them overworked. I want them miserable, okay? Because that's dedication, and dedicated people get shit done, not happy fucking losers, okay? You know who didn't have crunch, baby? Amazon. Amazon games, yeah? And you know what they fucking made? New World? How did that turn out, huh? How did we're happy developer, how did that turn out? Not good, did it, bitch? Yeah, not good at all. So yeah, I want my developers whipped, boy. Not happy. Not confident. I want them overworked and on the edge, okay? I want to hear a situation report about what's happening in the office with helicopters around it, because that's dedication.
That talent included studio head, executive producer John Mamius, The Witcher 3 game director, that's a big one, Conrad Thomas Kios. Oh gosh, I can't pronounce this. You guys can fix me in the comments on how I'm supposed to pronounce these names. These are rough. The Witcher 3 quest director Matuz Tomaskowicz. Oh geez. Cinematic director Pavel Swierczynski. Yes, Swierczynski. I think I got that one right. Head of production Piotr Kryzonus.
Dude, okay, listen. So there's this thing, by the way, in the world that surnames are evaporate. For example, I forgot the dates, but it's effectively something like this. Around 2040, 2050, 40 people in Japan are going to have the same surname, because it's just the most popular and that exists in every country. For Korea, I think it was Park. The surname Park. Yes, they have a surname fucking called Park. Shut up. It is what it is. That's going to be like 70%. Mohammed is also, well, that's actually a name. But, you know, names are also kind of slightly similar in some places, but you get the idea. That there are so many things. I wonder if Poland is at risk of that. I wonder if there's any 0-syllable of surname there that's going to dominate. Because my God, okay?
Swick, oh my gosh. And principal engine programmer Balaz Torok, lead animator Jamie Burry.
Look at this. Principal engine programmer Balaz Torok. That's a boss name. That is literally the final boss of Act 2.
Creative director Sebastian Stepien, senior producer Dominika Goncirowska.
That's the woman that betrays you on the middle of Act 1.
Engine director Tomasz Jołnarski, and the art director Katarzyna Redsuk. Now, I know a lot of you just listened to that and we're like, oh gosh, we're going to listen to John just like completely botch this stuff and we're going to laugh our asses off. Shame on you. Shame on you for doing that. I tried my hardest, my friends. Give me a gold star. Oh my gosh, that's pretty rough. Furthermore, while Norakowski complains his company is not working with Sweet Baby Inc., it did hire one of their biggest defenders in Mary Kenny after she worked with Sweet Baby Inc. during her time at Insomniac on Marvel's Spider-Man 2. That game was a woke disaster.
Ooh, yeah, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is, literally it's a disaster. It's not making money.
Kenny is on record telling DualShockers that every lever must be pulled to promote the disordered LGBTQ plus agenda. This is what she...
Disordered? Ooh, can you even... I'm sorry, is that... Can you even add the word disorder in the LGBT? I think that's a big no-no.
She said, there are so many LGBTQ developers, and we want what players want, to design experiences that tell players, we're here. We're in...
Listen, about the time this video finishes, there's going to be less LGBTQ plus people out there. I'm just saying, it's facts.
Important, and we belong. Ugh. In order to obtain this, she declared, we need to pull every lever we have, characters, community support, mechanics, to make it so. The company also hired...
What mechanics are we talking about here? A dilator or some shit like that? That's crazy.
Hired Cian Mar to be its franchise and lore designer, even after Mar made it clear in 2020 that he wants to punch gamers. This came from a thread in 2020, I want muscles so I can effectively punch gamers. And I also carry cute people and dogs of any size easily. Oh, very nice. Ty. He says, I didn't realize until this tweet that's now also what I want. So somebody said, you want to punch gamers or you want CG to punch you? Me and Caitlin will punch gamers together, he said. The company also, the CD Projekt Red, has its own diversity and inclusion policy on its website.
Yep, yeah. I have checked this actually out. It's bigger than pretty much the whole site.
Publicly posted. How exciting. Oh, wow. Our purpose is to create revolutionary role-playing games with memorable stories that inspire gamers. We can only deliver on these goals and promises with an amazing, passionate team whose talents and professional skills reflect the breadth of the experience in the world. A diverse and inclusive work environment boosts creativity and innovation, which exactly what we need in order to push the limits of technology and storytelling. And you see all the pride flags and crap in the background. You know what they mean. You know, when they say this kind of stuff. It's ridiculous. Given all this information, gamers torched him. Yellow Flash just hit him real hard. This was good. Why does your lore designer hate and want to punch gamers? You don't work with Sweet Baby, but you sure do hire questionable people. Cryptech said, never even heard of them till recently, to be honest. Nobody buys this. Stop insulting people with that kind of statement. You have literally a fully disclosed DEI company, and you explicitly have people who are fans of Sweet Baby Inc. Chris here says, I honestly don't believe you.
Now, to be completely super fair and actually defend them here slightly, you can technically say that, well, yeah, they're fans of Sweet Baby Inc., but we're not allowing them to put their politics into this, which obviously no one here believes, right? But you could technically say that, and you could say that these people have value to the company some magically, how I guess. And, you know, as long as they're just not allowed to spouse their ideologies and things like that, it's kind of technically fine. I mean, I don't care who actually makes the game. I don't care if the person if a person makes a good game, what their beliefs honestly are. To a certain the extent, obviously, like PDF files are an exception to all the rules and whatnot. But, you know, you get the point. Someone who is completely against everything I believe can make a good game, and I'm fine with it. As long as they don't try to poison the game with their opinions.
I'm a nobody. I heard of Sweet Baby Inc. at least a year ago. There's no way you haven't heard of them. You literally hired an SBI defender to push agendas. You could change this course immediately and regain your glory. Don't focus on social politics, please. I think it's already too late. Witcher 4 is so far in development, guys. They're releasing trailers.
Yeah, it is too late. The corruption, the rot is everywhere.
Of it and the like. They've made it clear. We've seen who they're hiring through
Papa Nurgle is here. The Scarlet Rot is spreading. The plague is upon us.
this entire process. They are standing with diversity and inclusivity. This is who the company is. This is who they've hired over the last few years. I'm already calling for it. I'm saying boycott The Witcher 4. We got to send these companies a message that they can't do.
I mean, I think The Witcher 4 is going to be one of the last holdouts here. Who honestly knows what's going to happen? But it's probably not going to be good. CDPR is dead. Effectively, completely dead, in my honest opinion. Anyway, that was John Del Aros, 10 out of 10. Bye!